And make sure you hit the notification bell so you are uploaded. Hello and welcome to my porch. My name is Roy. I am a home cook and amateur baker, and I am here on this channel typically sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. But today, obviously on the porch, it's another tag. And this time I was tagged by Kim at a girl in her phone, but I was sent these questions directly from Sandy, from Let's Get Fit with Sandy, who has assured me that Jimmy had no hand in these questions, and from the looks of them, I believe that. Not that there were anything wrong with the questions. I think the questions are very interesting this week. But I am worried that Jimmy is just torturing me with the prospect of this question that's going to be coming up directed right at me. Maybe he's just never going to do it and just leave me hanging, frightened of that moment when I'm going to get that question. I don't know. We'll see next week if he comes through. Anyway, so the tag this week is you can choose only one. So it's a list of 15 things, and you can only choose one from each category. So number 1, restaurant, Chinese, Italian, or Mexican. I would immediately go for Mexican first because I love spicy foods. I love Mexican food. I like any of them, and it all depends on my mood. But typically, my first choice would likely be Mexican. 2, peanut butter, Jif, Skippy, or Peter Pan. Skippy, hands down. I will eat the others if they're there, but my preference and what I grew up with would be Skippy. Now I've been doing the better in peanut butter, and I really do enjoy that. Fewer bites. Doesn't taste exactly the same, but it's close enough for me. But if I had to choose from those 3, I would go with Skippy. Breakfast meat, bacon, sausage, or ham. It wouldn't be ham, and it would be between sausage and bacon. Again, like I've said on this channel before, especially during tags, I can be very fickle. I just go with whatever my mood is. I would say the likelihood, if I can only choose one, I will take bacon. But there are days when I'd prefer sausage over bacon. But typically, I think bacon is just a smidge higher overall than sausage. Jelly, strawberry, raspberry, or grape. Anyone who has followed this channel and these tags knows raspberry is off the table. I do not do raspberry. I do not like raspberry. And of the other 2, see if I were, well, I think I would go with strawberry. I do like grape, especially with peanut butter. But I also like strawberry with peanut butter, and strawberry jelly jam has a bit more complexity in flavor to me than grape, so I would go with strawberry. Breakfast, pancakes, waffles, or crepes. I've had crepes, but I mean, they don't really draw me. I like something, again, if you've seen any of these tags, I'm a texture eater. I love the texture of things. So it would be between waffles and pancakes. And again, it would depend on my mood. But Because of the chance for better texture, I would probably go with waffle over a pancake. Just because pancakes can tend to be just soft, whereas you get that crisp texture from a waffle. So I would go waffle and pancake, but again, depends on my mood, depends on the day. Number 6, cereal. Could there be enough sounds in there with my stiff jaw? 6, cereal, Cheerios, Rice Krispies, or Corn Flakes. I would probably go with Cheerios because, again, it's a texture thing. The other two get too soft too quickly once you've added milk. If it's a Rice Krispie treat, that's totally different. I'm not necessarily a fan of, felt like something was on me. I'm not necessarily a fan of the Rice Krispie treats that instead have Cheerios in them or that kind of cereal. I like the Rice Krispies in a Rice Krispie treat. But as a cereal, I would go with the more textural Cheerios. 7, oatmeal, cream of wheat, or grits. I've honestly don't remember ever having cream of wheat. I know I've had grits once when I was visiting my Aunt Dawn in Georgia. But again, comes down to texture for me, so it's going to have to be oatmeal. I swear Kim is sending bees my way. I hope that wasn't crawling on my head before because I felt something. Kim, I told you you can keep the bees to yourself. Thank you very much. Don't want to send that coyote your way. Oh, actually, yesterday morning, speaking of the coyote, if anyone didn't see it in my last tag video, was it the last one? There was a coyote and I put an image of it crossing my front yard, and it was two weeks ago. Anyway, it was getting dark and I was sitting here nervous that it was going to be coming up the stairs behind me or something, and it didn't. But yesterday morning, I get up and I see it traipsing through the backyard, so it is hanging around. So, Kim, keep sending me bees. I'm going to be sending you coyotes. Anyway, back on track. So yes, it would be oatmeal of the three. It's the texture. I prefer that hearty texture. But again, I don't believe I've ever had cream of wheat. And I've had grits once. It was just, I mean, it was good, but it just didn't. But I would prefer oatmeal. 8, beer, wine, or liquor. If this were Paul's question, he would most likely take wine. He has a big collection of wine. I'm okay with any of them, but I would go with liquor just because I would be able to have more variety. I would be able to have, I love whiskey and ginger. I love a Long Island iced tea. So liquor, I could have some more variety than either wine or beer. So I would go with liquor. 9, cookies, chocolate chip, oatmeal, or peanut butter. This is a tough one because I like them all. And again, it would depend on my mood. But since I do have to pick just one, if I could only have one for the rest of my life, I would have to go with peanut butter. I would like the texture of oatmeal cookies, or even the texture of chocolate chip. I like that gooiness. But I could go for peanut butter every day, all day, so I have to go with peanut butter on that one. 10 on a sandwich: mustard, mayonnaise, or Miracle Whip. I've had Miracle Whip, but I've never really been drawn to it. I really do like mayonnaise and mustard. Usually I would do a combo. If I had to pick one or the other, which I obviously do because that's the tag, I think I would go with mustard. Well, I don't know. I was going to say mustard because there's more variety. I like spicy brown, but then there's other kinds, like now they have like jalapeno and all these other flavors. But they also have different flavors of mayo now too. So if I had to go with one or the other, I would go with mayonnaise, especially if I could use one of the varieties, or I could even doctor it up myself. I'm sure I could come up with something. "11. Eggs, scrambled, fried, or poached." I would have to say typically I go with scrambled because I am not great at frying an egg. I mean, I can fry them, but I always seem to be off on the time, and then ended up, when I think I've gotten it just right so that the centers are a little runny, they're solid as a rock. So I've never been great with frying an egg. So scrambled tends to be my go-to. So yeah, although, yeah, I would go with scrambled because I like to mound it up on my toast and eat it that way. And you can add all sorts of things to a scramble. So yeah, I would go with scrambled eggs. 12. Bread, white, wheat, or rye. Again, this is a mood thing. I could do some rye as long as there are no caraway seeds in it. I don't mind caraway seeds mixed into something, like if they're ground up, but caraway seeds whole, no, I can't do it. If it's seedless, I could do rye bread. But the question is, I can only pick one, so which one would it be? I think I would go with wheat. I do like white. I like that soft texture sometimes, but overall I prefer something with some substance. So for that reason, I'd have to go with wheat. 13. Meat, fish, or poultry. Again, if anyone has stuck around this channel at all, you know I don't do seafood. So fish is automatically off the table. Meat, I'm not really a big red meat eater necessarily, like I like a burger. But typically I would have to go with poultry, chicken or turkey. That would be my go-to. I'm not really like steaks. I'll eat them, I'll have them on occasion, but it's not my go-to. I would go for poultry over the other two, definitely over the other fish. 14. Dessert, pie, cake, or pastry. Again, it depends on my mood, but if I can go for only one, I think I'd have to go for cake. A big mouthful of cake with frosting and yeah. Although, I mean, pies, like pecan pie or pecan pie, if that is your preferred pronunciation. I love that texture. But yeah, of those three, although pastry, it's so difficult for me to, this is what it's like for Paul to ask me where I want to go to eat. I never know. I tell him to pick some place and I will find something. I will know what I don't want to go to, but I won't know what I want to go to. So very seldom. If I actually had an answer for him, he would be shocked. And it has happened on the rare occasion where I've been craving something. but this is what it's like. I'm very flexible. His word would be probably indecisive. But I do like a pastry. But no, of the three, I would go for a cake over the other two. Final answer for now. And 15, the last one, cheese, provolone, Swiss, or Muenster. Now, I've never had Muenster cheese, and I think it's because I've heard it stinks or smells, has a smell. And I don't know if that's even true. I just know I've never had it, and that's what I've heard. But of the other two, I would go for provolone. I'm not really a big fan of Swiss. I will have it on occasion, depending on what it goes with, if it's meant to be there, but to just reach for it, no. I would go for provolone. All right, so that is the 15 question tag, which was just pick one, and I'm sure this is going to be a drawn out process for me because I just can't pick one. But I can pick who I'm going to tag next, and that's going to be Jen and Steve over at Embracing Chaos with Jen. Tag, you are it, guys. Can't wait to hear what your responses are and hear that famous chaos bickering. All right, so that does it for this Tag Tuesday here on the porch. So I hope you will give this video a like, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you're looking for weight loss recipes. I also just started a series this week, yesterday, called My Back to Basics, where I'm going to show how to prep certain foods so that way, if that's that B again, Kim, where I'm going to show how to prep certain foods so that way during my main videos I don't have to show that then, and I can just refer back to the other videos. So those should be out on Monday. So it seems like at this point I have main videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then tags whenever I get tagged. So subscribe to find those. So make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are updated when I do upload any sort of video, whether it's a tag, a back to basics, a sweeten whatever, or one of my main Friday videos. Also share the videos if you think there's someone who would find interest in my content. And speaking of sharing, why don't you come over and share my social media space with me? I'll leave my Instagram handle here, and there are also 2 Facebook groups that I am a part of. One is my own, which is Recipes with Roy, surprise, and the other I co-admin with Jennifer Lynn from the Jennifer Lynn channel and Bree Coleman from Balancing Life with Bree. We are the co-admins on Finding Our Way, WEIGH. And you will find links to all of this down below, as well as some of my other friends from YouTube who either do tags or do weight loss type content. So I guess that wraps things up for now. So until next time, bye.